naked zombie girl.
Naked zombie girl really loud. Okay? Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Naked zombie girl!
How about those butt cheeks? Yeah! Okay, so did everyone like the movie?
Yeah!
Cool. All right.
Personally, I think that's got to be scary as hell to be naked on the set of a movie and to just to be in a zombie movie. It's got to be crazy. But Megan, here's my first question for you. You know, the title of this movie is Naked Zombie Girl, but you weren't actually 100% naked during the movie. How did they cover you up?
This would be my first question. Nick and Kelly did awesome when it came to covering my goodies. And there was a very delicate process involved, a lot of cutting and pasting, if you will, of certain areas, and a lot of very tiny latex pieces that were uncomfortable to get off. So it was a sacrifice, but it was definitely worth it, and a lot of blood and guts to cover the rest.
And I think most of us were fooled. I think it looked like she was 100% naked to me. My next question though is, now you talked a little bit, you were interviewed in the newspaper, and you talked about how gung-ho you were to be in this movie. But did you have any kind of anxiety about being naked on the set and for so long? And if you did have any anxiety, how did you deal with it?
Well, I think like any other girl, you know, there's self-confidence issues, and you know, everyone has something they hate about their body. But I think this really helped me like come to love everything that there is, you know, to being a woman. You just embrace it, and you're like, hell, if I don't love it, someone else is, so. No, it wasn't bad. Everyone on set was amazing, and you know, Ricky and the whole Hectic team crew were just, you know, very respectful, and it was very helpful. I mean, there wasn't any creepers.
Bullshit.
Okay, Ricky's a creeper. No, it wasn't hard. Once you were finally just out there and you're like, this is it, it's showtime, game on, that's it. That's all there was to it. Nothing more after that.
All right, thank you. Give a round of applause to Megan, everybody. If I can get Mike Galland to come over here.
Okay, switch spots.
Mike's I don't know if all of you know Mike Galland. We actually live on the same street, so we see each other once in a while, waving to each other as neighbors, and then we show up to these type of events, and suddenly here's Mike, who I see as a different guy. He's sort of the grizzled warrior of Hectic Films. He's been helping Ricky Bird out and for nearly 10 years. And I want you to talk a little bit about what you've done for Hectic Films. What do you do for these guys? And then specifically, what you do on Naked Zombie Girl?
Hey guys. Well, basically, it's a team effort. I mean, not one person can do everything, and basically you just do what you can when you're supposed to do it, no matter what. I mean, if I'm on set building something and someone needs something, you run back, you do something to help them, something's falling, you catch it. I mean, what are you gonna do? You just do everything. I do grip work, I do sound, I do, you know, whatever it takes. The Cadillac is mine, by the way. And I didn't have the original blue plates to it, so we had to use the white Cali plates, but that's okay. And if anybody's heard any stories about that Cadillac, man, that was a bitch to have on set. It didn't run, it kept shutting off, which was perfect for Megan because, you know, she was sitting in the car trying to start it anyway. I think that was pretty cool. It actually worked out. But you know, on some of those scenes, we actually had to push the car. We did. And if you look close enough, you can actually see our arm. There's one little tiny part where you can see us. And fortunately, I don't think any of you caught it. So, but being a grip is awesome. I love the stage work, and I do a little bit of acting. I'm in Mabel. I'm in The Lackey. So, yeah, it's awesome. If anybody wants to volunteer, there's always a spot.
Thank you. A round of applause for Mike Galland. Now, my next question is for a very special young lady. Rachel, come on over here. You know, Ricky got a lot of applause tonight, but there's a lot of brains behind what goes on at Hectic Films, and that has to do with Rachel Montgomery. She was the assistant director on set, and that has a lot of responsibility with it in keeping a production organized. And I want you to tell us, what's a typical day like for you making a film, and how do you handle all the pressure of keeping everything organized?
A normal film or a Ricky Bird film?
Marrying him.
Maybe. We got a year left. Just kidding. Working with Ricky is very different than industry work, I guess. Ricky really likes to fly by the seat of his pants, so to speak. He plans things, but things always change. So ADing for him is really challenging and fun at the same time. As far as trying to keep them organized, I make a lot of lists for everything we need for every scene. Try to get a shot list to make sure we get every shot we need, but it always changes on the day of.
And how do you handle all that pressure?
I cry myself to sleep. No, you just gotta take it in stride and do what you can because it's so much fun anyway, you know? You just gotta do what it takes to make it happen.
Thank you. Now listen, Jason, come on over here, Mr. Editor Man. Talk to Jason for a minute. As editor, this guy is the magic man. He's weaving the film together, he's adding filters, special effects, sound, he's doing it all. I imagine Ricky standing over his shoulder demanding in a specific way to edit the movie. Is he a pain in the ass to work with?
Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Adolf Hitler? He was a redhead too, surprisingly. I think it's in the bloodline there. No, it wasn't bad. A lot of it was through text messages and late night phone calls after the sex line thing incident. But no, it wasn't bad. It was back and forth. It was actually kind of fun because the first 70 cuts of it were trash and garbage, and we threw it away, and then we started over, and like every Hectic Films movie we've ever done, or trailer, and you saw 50 of them. That was actually the movie, was the trailer. Longer than the movie, if you guys timed it. The trailers were longer than the movie, you're welcome. No, it wasn't bad. It was a lot of, we didn't have to do a lot because luckily Megan was covered in a lot of blood. Ricky just liked staring at boobs. And so does everyone else. So it was like, we'll put all that on there and then just call it good. So.
I got another question for you. You know, some of the more gruesome segments included a lot of tricks in editing, and I want to know what the challenge is in making a violent scene seem believable.
Google has an easy button, and you just throw your video clips in there, hit, horror, easy, and then it edits the whole thing. It's amazing.
He's the magic man.
Magic. I'm out. No, it's, I don't know, it's kind of tough. Like, I watch it, and the first time I watch it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of intense, this is scary, this is crazy, and then you watch it the second time, you're like, this is stupid. It's scary, like, little Ricky, like, I see you blinking in the background, now I have to fix that, now I have to make him not blink. But no, I don't know, it's kind of tough. The music adds a lot to it, I think. We watched it a few times without audio on it, and it's absolutely horrible. I mean, it's garbage. It's a little bit better than this, but no, it's a lot of it. I think a lot of it is timing, which it's hard to do. I know DT, we were talking about how many cuts we went through, and the timing always has to deal with, when's the right time to put a loud noise and the blood splash or a boob. That's it.
Big round of applause for Jason Sanders. DT Carney, come on over. DT Carney, come on over. DT. This guy, every time he screams, everybody screams for DT. He's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite actors to have ever worked with. He's been in major motion pictures, and then he's been in a lot of indie films. And like Naked Zombie Girl, why do you continue to work with Hectic Films?
One word, loyalty. Ricky, Rachel, Mike, they're the most loyal people. You work for certain people, they'll stab you in the back, you hear a bunch of bullshit gossip on the set, blah, 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 blah. You don't get it here. You get honesty, Ricky will say, hey, DT, that sucked. Let's do it over, whatever. I appreciate that. I love working for them. Hopefully I can continue to work for them. One of my favorite memories of Naked Zombie Girl was watching Ricky's young son, little Ricky, go through puberty on the set. One of my favorite.
I got one more question. All right, one more question for DT. You were in the I think was the best kill scene in the film. You got to be chopped in half. Your head got to be sliced in two. You must have been excited about being in that film, or in that scene. Tell us a little bit about making that scene.
Well, I went out to Nick and Kelly's shop. Where was that? In Burbank? North Hollywood. Got to get a tour of Bonnie Berman's studio. Nick did my casting. That's when I realized the integrity of the makeup in this movie. There's a million zombie movies out there right now, and to be honest with you, there's comedy zombies now. People are kind of getting tired of zombies. These zombies here reminded me of the zombies I used to see when I was younger. They're kick-ass zombies. Give it to Nick and Kelly. You got to admit, these zombies kick ass. And I am so happy that I got to get cut in half by Megan. Yeah, it was a good time. Thanks, Ricky. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Nick and Kelly. Thanks, Nick.
A big round of applause for DT Carney. I got questions for Robert B. Hill. If you'll come on over, Robert. Got some questions for you. A little bit about what he did. He was also kind of a fly on the wall. You know, he's a photographer. He's doing all kinds of cool stuff. But I just want you to talk a little bit about how you were involved with the film and why you got involved with the film.
Well, the way I got involved with the film is, you know, I kind of do my own zombie projects with photography. And I know Ricky does a lot of zombie stuff, so we kind of just, I guess he saw my work and we started talking. I did some work on the Lackey premiere. And ever since then, we just kind of been talking a little bit more. We started working on talking about some other stuff that we were thinking about doing. And Ricky pitched this whole Naked Zombie Girl thing, and like, yeah, I got this girl Megan, you know, thinks it's gonna be pretty awesome, and you know, naked chick killing zombies with a chainsaw. I'm like, all right, that sounds, you know, pretty good. Yeah. But,
where do I sign?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you see yourself doing with Hectic Films in the future?
What I see myself doing is definitely just working a lot more with them. Hopefully I'm trying to get a little more to video work. You know, I'm doing photography, but, you know, video is still pretty new to me, and I think it's a whole new animal and something I want to explore, so I'd like to definitely be the cameraman behind a lot of the films. Of course, I like being the person that's been almost the image creator, you know, of some of the stuff that's been going out with Naked Zombie Girl, you know, the poster and all the movie stills that have been coming out, you know, been put all over the internet and all the promotions, and it feels good knowing that I'm the one that actually put that out there and did that, so hopefully I can do more of that kind of stuff.
All right. Big round of applause. You can't have a movie like Naked Zombie Girl without having a great makeup artist, so let's talk to Nick Reisinger. I know you guys are excited to hear from him. And, you know, he's been involved with a lot of TV and film work, and I just want to know, first of all, was there anything you had in mind that you knew you were going to have a naked heroine in the movie? Did you have certain zombies in mind for that, or were there any challenges that came to mind with zombies in this film?
Really, with the zombies that I had in mind, it was kind of like, well, okay, how many do we need? I don't know, a random bunch of people are going to show up. Okay, well, we got to get some special ones. So there was like DT. I mean, there were some that were like life cast, and everybody was, you know, made up special and had, you know, special pieces sculpted for them. And then there's just kind of generic crowd stuff. So any of the specific kills, it was just kind of Ricky called me and we went over some storyboards and drew out some stuff and said like, okay, this is how I want this to happen. So I need a neck bite here, and I need a fake prop here, and I need, we need to have a fake sledgehammer or the tire iron or whatever. I mean, the whole thing kind of evolved as he said it, and I think I had like a month to myself to kind of just like, okay, well, I need this piece and I need this, and I kind of just made that. So I mean, getting it all done, up to the point was a lot. There was 100 challenges around every corner to get those zombies out, but that was fairly easy enough because once I got it to set, I had a great team of people that that kind of helped me out, and we got through the night. I could not have done it without the rest of my team, Heather and Kelly, who, made the whole thing possible, getting it done, so that they could be doing makeups while I could be handing Ricky props and saying like, here's this for this kill, and things like that.
Was there a prop that you really you were looking forward to building for this film?
Yeah, well, every one of them, molding a chainsaw is awesome because I don't have a chainsaw mold. If I need a chainsaw, I got one. So that was really exciting because once you get, in my profession, if you get a cool mold and it's good, then you can use it on other projects or whatever, great. So that was really cool, but the DT, cutting him in half and getting that prepped and all that stuff. So that was probably my favorite out of the whole thing.
All right, big round of applause. My last questions are for Ricky Bird, so if you would get from each of us want to know is why the hell is there a naked woman in this movie? Did her clothes really have to come off?
Yes.
Now talk about it.
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine on set, and I've told the story a bunch of times, but we were thinking about what would be the most awesome zombie movie, and that would ultimately be a chick naked killing zombies with a chainsaw. So I thought of that idea, and then I thought to myself, there was nothing cooler than that. So I was talking about it out loud, and somebody said, I would buy that. And I was like, you know what, I would buy that too. Like, if I saw a chick butt naked with a chainsaw on a DVD, I'd be like, okay, can I take 2 of those, please? So, the whole thing was to try to keep it to where, obviously the title's kind of shocking, but to still kind of keep it to where there's not a bunch of, goods throughout the whole movie, you know what I mean? So that's why we use the blood and the modesty patches and stuff like that.
Well, there's a lot of wonderful people at work in this film, and I know you want to do some more things with Naked Zombie Girl. Is it going to appear in film festivals? Will there be an extended feature, or what do you plan to do with this movie?
Nothing at all. I just want to show these people, and I'm probably going to throw it away. No. Actually, what we're going to do is we're working with the company right now to turn it into a feature. So once we work through all the technical stuff, we may have a feature coming out, so that would be awesome. So just stay tuned on the Zombie Facebook, or Naked Zombie Girl Facebook, which I hope everybody's a fan of Naked Zombie Girl Facebook. If not, get your smartphone out and make it happen. But yeah, we're premiering in Toronto, and then we're going to be premiering in LA in October for Scream Fest. And then we also will be in San Diego for Fantastic Horror Festival. So, a lot of cool stuff.
A big round of applause for the cast. Naked Zombie Girl. I'm going to turn the mic back over to Ricky Bird.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Big round of applause for Nick. Nick Pilates.